A Way of Life is a coaching consultant company. We help people manage their career and business using astrology. Astrology is a holistic process that allows us to help people align with what they are passionate about. We provide the tools to build your personal development to live your best life. A Way of Life coaching consulting company. For a reading or coaching, call Keisha Reed at 781-602-0986. That's 781-602-0986. Or check our website, www.awayoflife.net. That's www.awayoflife.net. A Way of Life is a coaching consultant company. Live your best life.
All right. Peace, 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 family. How's everybody doing tonight? Just wanted to come on here to talk about the Scorpio super full moon. It's actually called a pink moon. So we'll get into that tonight. I am exhausted. I just want to put that out there. I can't be held accountable for what comes out of my mouth. Okay? But I had a wonderful experience doing a live on stereo with Slay Mentality. I actually learned today that her name is Anna. She, we did a talk on spirituality and astrology, and it was amazing. I'm still full from all of that, but the show must go on, okay? I had 3 lives planned, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I did Friday, Mars enters Cancer. And today I was going to do Pluto retrograde, but I haven't even done the work for that. So I got to do that tomorrow. I got horoscopes to do tomorrow for the people who are in my Cosmic Connection group. And then I have to do something else. Oh, I know what it was. I wanted to do the tarot. I wanted to start tarot this week for this Scorpio new moon energy. I thought it would be really great to have that tarot to get deeper into what this Scorpio energy is bringing for us. And I did come to a conclusion to do the elements because I already knew that I was going to be super tired, but what I did not see coming is that live that I did with Anna would last. I think we was online for 2.5 hours, and we didn't even finish. We got pretty close. But we're gonna, run this back next week, same day, same time. I presume I have to check in with her to continue having that conversation. If you guys have not checked that out, go to Stereo. Follow me on there to hear that live. It's like I'm feeling really, really good right now. Like really, really good doesn't even cut it. Like I'm on cloud 9. So anyway, I went on that whole long banter to say, this is why I'm on here mad late doing this live. I refuse to let the day go by without finishing it because I still got a whole bunch of stuff to do tomorrow. I'm not excited about it, okay? But I'm going to get it done. That's what I'm going to do. So, for all the people out there who might be watching this for the first time, how are you doing? I hope you guys are having a lovely weekend as much as I am so far. My name is Keisha. I am the owner of A Way of Life. I am a career and business coach using astrology. And you'll hear me on here talking about a whole bunch of other stuff that might not have anything to do with business or career. Why, you ask? Because a lot of the times when you're making decisions around career and business, life happens. So I thought it would be really cool to keep everybody updated on the astrology to help us get through the decisions that we make in relation to our career and business life. So, oh, I see somebody on the line. Let me get in here just in case they leave a message so I can see what everybody's saying. So, it's good to have this astrology really to help us know what's going on, to align with the energies, for when you have to make those decisions towards your purpose in this lifetime. So, without further ado, let me open up my thing here. Boom. I hope I don't forget to put the other stuff up there. But okay. So, Scorpio full super pink moon. So, full moons are a time to purge, release, or acknowledge something. And that will hold true even more so now because Scorpio actually rules purging and releasing. Pluto is the planet of revealing secrets, bringing things to the surface. Now is the time to go into very deep, profound, and emotional matters. And I think we'll see a lot of those things coming up at this time. Especially because Pluto's going retrograde. So I'll touch on that a little bit in here, but I'm going to go into it even deeper when I do the Pluto retrograde video. So there will be a lot of focus on Saturn because it's creating a T-square to the sun and the moon. And then the sun will conjunct Uranus, Venus, and Mercury currently in Taurus. It's a lot of Taurus energy. So this is going to be a very intense energy. You'll be asked to commit to acting on whatever comes up to the surface at this time, and being flexible within that, allowing you to get through this with less intensity. Could you picture that? But I think this is really going back to that energy that we had all last year. Anytime Saturn comes up from now on, we're going to think of that as going inwards to reflect, making sure our house is in order, our inner house is in order, right? Getting those things in check, which will help us come to any answers and conclusions that with things that are coming up at this time, right? That's what last year taught us. If we can remember that and know that when difficult times come up, we're not in that Mars reactionary low vibrational energy. We're in that more, I'm going to stop and think this through. I'm going to sit with it, contend with it, and until I feel like, okay, I got some things that make sense here, now I'm going to move forward. That's what the lesson was with Saturn, like just like a little piece of it. So Saturn rules, what work are you doing? It's your purpose in this lifetime. There may be some kind of revolution that ignites your enthusiasm. Maybe even some kind of creative communication with that Mercury of something important. And it'll probably be related to your destiny, especially now that we have, well, I shouldn't say it like that because eclipses happen every 6 months. So especially because we are in eclipse season. We are officially in eclipse season. If you didn't hear it first here, now you know. Eclipse season is here. It's real. And that's going to add some intensity, and that's going to be for the entire summer. So this is probably most definitely going to lead to, I think I seen somebody in the chat. Oh, okay. So this is definitely going to lead to you walking deeper into or getting more pieces of the puzzle to your purpose here in lifetime. What is it that you're meant to do? And then Pluto's going to go retrograde. I think it's the day after. So this full moon is happening on the 26th, and Pluto will go retrograde on the 27th. And the reason why this is a really big deal is because Pluto is the ruler of this full moon. And anytime a planet goes retrograde, it's bringing us back to look at things, review things, rethink things. We're going over things that we've learned thus far, what's working, what's not, moving pieces around to fit in where they need to. Maybe we need to rearrange some things. Like, that's just what retrogrades do. And I think you'll get more pieces of what exactly that's going to look for you when I do the Pluto retrograde video. So we can really just focus on what that energy represents. But for a general overview, this is going to be about going within to looking for the truth, right? It eliminates everything that is old and stale. Like, quite literally, Pluto rules your digestive system, to release your bowels. So anything that's old and stale, things that no longer serve you, it uncovers the truth, observes, and intuits, like it's a very intuitive sign. So how to move forward on things, you'll get intuition on that, like signs perhaps, or things come up, or you'll hear something, or you'll see something, or you'll think of something. Like it depends on where you're having this placement at too. That'll make all the difference. Unfortunately, this could also play out through power and control issues, especially if this has to do with like work. So perhaps your boss starts to get real bossy, or even bossier, or maybe perhaps having issues with coworkers because Pluto's currently in Capricorn. So this can have to do with anything that's ruled by Capricorn. So work-related things, employees, even though employees is more sixth house, same difference. What else? This could also be like business, any kind of business partnerships perhaps that you have, even though business partnerships again is Libra. There could be some power and control issues with that. This could also be around like responsibilities, any kind of responsibilities that you have. So being stubborn against doing what you need to do on a regular basis to get things done. Like it could be a power and control issue between you and your responsibilities. Having respect for somebody, or authority figures, or a father figure, somebody who has control over you, or vice versa, somebody that you have control over. So if you have employees, you could see a lot of power and control issues coming up around this. Things with the government having power and control issues where they could be, I know Biden, why do I not know the president's name? Because I don't care. Mostly that's why. I know he just mentioned something about taxes, and I think from what I understand, it is a good thing. I need to do a little bit more research on that, but I still think that's a power play. I don't know. I just don't trust. I don't trust the government. So there could be other things coming up around that. Like they could be like, or we're only going to pay you if you get your vaccine or something like that. Like issues like this can come up at this time as well. Or, working from home, they put more restrictions on it. Like, you need to have proof of this, and this now if you're going to choose to work from home. I can see a whole bunch of rules and regulations coming down the pipeline with this energy. There may be, nope, I read that already. I'm in the wrong place. Sorry. So the moon opposite Mercury could be getting engaged with any project quickly that involves deep thinking to get things in order. That's one thing that Scorpios are really, really good at. Like, they can block out people in order to concentrate enough to get something done. You also have that same support and energy from Taurus. They're very, I think steadfast is the word that I want to use, but nonetheless, they get stuff done. Like, they got that energy to go and get things done without stopping until it's actually complete. What else? Committing to your responsibilities and completing tasks that will help you build confidence. I think that just goes back to what I was mentioning before. You have to have, there's going to be some kind of, because this is a lot of earth energy, it's going to manifest in the reality too. This is going to be something that you can actually see, touch, feel, because it's a lot of earth energy. What else here? Finally, learning how to harness the Mars energy. Just being super assertive and knowing when to do that too. I think we've been getting a lot of lessons. What Mars has been through it. But we're finally learning not to be so reactive and be more proactive. So again, just having purpose behind what you do, not wasting your time on things that don't mean anything or that aren't going to get you fruitful, healthy, even financial benefits, or it can even be emotional, like, some kind of spiritually emotional fulfillment somehow. You're just not going to be wasting your time on things that don't fulfill you in a positive, energetic way. Yep. I related these things to when you get angry, you'll perhaps go for a walk, work out, sex, obviously, anything that releases endorphins. So meditating, even yoga. I know they have like certain poses that are really good for releasing. And I know that they have those types of things in exercise as well too. Karate, if I didn't say that already, or reading, even, whatever floats your boat. Getting the willpower you need to work on something that perhaps you were afraid to do. This is going to inadvertently show you what you are actually capable of doing. I remember when I was writing all of this was kind of reminding me of last year, how we had the riots and everything with all that Mars energy. I don't know if you remember that, but that was kind of like right at the same time all that energy was happening. We kind of had these same planets that were meeting together in the sky. And even though typically they don't always tend to repeat the same actions, I just remembered at that time, we were really reevaluating our behaviors once Mars went retrograde. So I think we learned something back there. Like, we have this need or desire to react to things in such a way that are not beneficial to us. And I think we really, really, really learned that somehow, some way. how that affected us, or maybe perhaps we felt bad about it. I don't know, it would be better if somebody was speaking about this who was actually within those riots, and then afterwards, like, kind of what was their thought process afterwards. But I just remembered in the astrology, it was like we could really had been feeling super bad about some of the actions that we took. Like, we could have dealt with that a better way. What could that have been? And we went through that process for 6 months. Well, yes, 3 months. Mars was in retrograde, but Aries was in Mars for 6 months. That's what it was. So we had a really long time to work on our Aries energy, which is our willpower to act on things. Yeah. So I kind of related that to, how do we still protect ourselves in such a way that allows us to get the benefits that we're actually really looking for? Like I feel like we have this very feminine way of going about things. Like, oh, we don't want to hurt people. We don't want to hurt people's feelings, or we want to do certain things that are respectful to other people. But are we shorting ourselves in that process? So the reasons why we were acting out perhaps were because we weren't really doing what we wanted to do, right? So really paying attention to that. I feel like all these things came up that were like, we got to do better as a society, as a people, as a person, you individually. And in that process, this kind of reminded me of, Karate Kid, how he wasn't listening to his mom to put that coat up, to hang that coat up on the thing. That's all she wanted him to do. She wasn't asking for a miracle. She just wanted him to come in the house and hang up his coat and not drop it on the floor, right? And he had to learn that through karate. And doing that, it's such a, you find your purpose in doing the right thing, and respecting people, but also respecting yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like within that process, something came to light about our actions and how we can still be ourselves and still make other people happy, but without shorten ourselves in some kind of way. And in that way, we learn karate. We still are protecting ourselves, and we're still on our path. It leads us to our path when we do that, right? And I think even in that way, if we break it down to what last year kind of showed us when it comes to work, even in that sense, we learned, damn, well, we don't have to kill ourselves going to work 9 to 5 every day. And we can do that from home and still be with our families, and save so much more money, and just be more economically. We're helping ourselves financially. We're helping ourselves. And there's another word I'm looking for. It's like the cleanliness of COVID brought out. We're not polluting the air as much. Eco, that's the word, eco-friendly. I think that was just another thing that, this time has showed us, that we don't have to be in this energy that we were in that was really damn near killing us, right? We have the time to perhaps even eat better, right? Because we're right at home. We don't have to go order food. We don't have to go out to get food that's not good for us, or just because we happen to be on the go, we're going to stop at Wendy's, even though we know damn well we don't need no damn Wendy's. I did it a few times. I did. But I just feel like we learned so much last year. And even though it might have been through some hardship, because perhaps we were giving up, to go out, to be out, to get that little bit of exercise going back and forth to work, And then you get away from your family and your kids, right? I know for me as a single mom, I learned a lot about myself as a parent. I don't want to talk about it, okay? I'm not proud of it, okay? But I'm working on it. I mean, I'm now trying to teach myself how to homeschool because now I have the understanding that even though school was convenient and for that life that we were living, I'm learning that actually this is way better because now I can teach my child the things that I want to teach him and not what the school system teaches them because we already know how that goes, right? We know that's not really working out for us, right? So it's just really opened my eyes to so many different things that it's like, wow, we could have been doing so much better. And are we going to continue to do that now? Are we going to make that official now? Are we going to make that the law now? We're going to put some regulations and rules like, how America does its thing. You're not going to get around it. It's coming. I can see it now. So it is what it is. But also, in a sense, I feel like deep down, these were all things that we kind of knew we could do better. But how do you do that when you still got that paradigm going? So as soon as it shut down, it was almost like we learned for just that second in that moment that we really do create our own reality. We do have the power to make these better, stronger, healthier, more freedom like decisions. And how do we keep that going? How do we make that a habit? Make that new paradigm a habit. And we got some stuff to still, I think, to work out on that. And I think we'll figure a lot of that stuff out through this time. But more than anything, I think now we're going back in to reflect again. Are we getting rid of too many things? Like, do we have to be all work from home? Can it be part-time? Go to work some days, stay at home some days. How are we going to live in a household as a family and all be working from home? Can we do that? What does that look like? We need to rethink some of these things. Are we moving too fast in this new paradigm and leaving some old things behind that are still working for us? Do we, Saturn just wants us to think things through thoroughly for the betterment of not just us as human beings or individuals, but even us as a community, and then on a global sense as a country. How are we going to move forward with these things to be in this new way that we're trying to create here. And then we have the moon opposite sun and Taurus. What are you seeing in yourself that was unconscious or that you were unaware of? What is coming up to your awareness of emotional needs with Mars going into Cancer? If you haven't checked out my Mars and Cancer video, I did my live on IG. Check that out. I broke down what all that emotional stuff could possibly look like, but Scorpio is what is underneath and Taurus is what you need. So you'll be going through and understanding in a deeper way what you need. Trauma can come up at this time. You'll be ready. Sorry, I couldn't read my own writing. To cleanse, clarify, and transform some of those last bits and pieces that I think, that need it. I'm sure of it. This whole process is going to be about taking our time to, we got a lot of things to unlearn. And we got a lot of bad habits from the age of Pisces. Religion, perhaps, being more spiritual. I heard some astrologers saying that they feel like they have a lot more people who are asking more about spirituality than religion. People, the veil has kind of been shown. And once you shine the light and bring truth to things and ways that you were living, you kind of eliminate what that truth was to bring in a new truth. You know, that's that ashes, that phoenix rising energy, where you kind of rise above everything to look outside looking in, and you can see clearer now. And how is that going to look moving forward? What's happening in your real world? Stability, reliability, what we can count on. We initiated something in that Aries season now. And now we're trying to build that, understand it. What does it require? And Taurus is going to help us bring all the finances needed to kind of get through all of that stuff. I think this is going to be, because I understand this energy, so I'm going to step back before I complete that sentence, because I feel like sometimes I just be so excited because I understand from being on my spiritual journey, that even in our darkest hour, it's such a beautiful experience to come to the light and all of that, I just feel like we have a major opportunity again to realize our greatness once and for all, to clear up that karma, especially with that Mars and Cancer energy, knowing that Cancer was the eclipse, all that last eclipse just before we went into the Sag and Gemini axis. It was Cancer Capricorn. So remember, we have cleared out those generational curses now. So I think we're really beginning to reap the benefits from that, and what have we learned from that? And what are we going to continue to learn from that? Is with that Gemini axis, Gemini and Sagittarius axis, I think is showing us now. And once we get to that Taurus and Scorpio at the end of this year axis, you think you've seen some blessings now? I don't know. I feel kind of good about this. I think we're going to really manifest in this earthly plane, if you will. So, yeah. I can go on and on and on about this. I absolutely love this topic. I love this conversation. I love the energy that this full moon is bringing in. We got the eclipse season coming up. I'm working on May horoscopes. And then we have the eclipse season at the end of the month. But I think all next week I'm going to be just posting about eclipses. I think I got some stuff around the Pluto generational planets so people can understand that. Do I have anything else coming up? I don't think so. Not at the tippity top of my head. But if you did miss the life path astrology that I currently have going on, we're started on the 15th. I'm taking 2 weeks off. And 1 week is just for me. And the second week, I'm going to start to recruit again for the life path astrology class. This is all about eclipse season. This is your mission, your purpose in this lifetime. You don't want to miss it. It's a great opportunity to get to know yourself personally and what this energy means for you. I'm super excited about it. I hope you find this information helpful. Peace.
A Way of Life is a coaching consultant company. We help people manage their career and business using astrology. Astrology is a holistic process that allows us to help people align with what they are passionate about. We provide the tools to build your personal development to live your best life. A Way of Life coaching consulting company. For a reading or coaching, call Keisha Reed at 781-602-0986. That's 781-602-0986. Or check our website, www.awayoflife.net. That's www.awayoflyfe.net. A Way of Life is a coaching consultant company. Live your best life.